Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Boss Babe Brews. On this episode, we have again the beautiful and talented and very smart Dr. Deborah Brown, and it's going to be on relationship games. How's the cafe been this week, Marlena?
Slammed. We have our Halloween flights. There's been hour waits for them, and
Hour
everybody
waits for them.
They're very beautiful.
Yeah, they're so fun.
Thanks.
I love them. I made a bunch yesterday. I'm the best flight maker.
Oh, wow. Toot toot.
I am.
The cafe's been great this week. Today is actually the first day of fall. I don't know when this is going to air, but this is the first day of fall. And I have a cold, so if I sound a little congested and nasally, it's because I don't feel good. I feel like doo-doo, but I still look good. So.
I thought that was your sexy voice.
It is my sexy voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I don't know about my sexy voice.
Last night the Eagles won. It was a crazy game. Everybody said it was an emotional roller coaster. I have no idea what went on. And when Kylie was like, "Did you watch how they won?" It was insane. I was like, no. She physically drove to my house after I said no to show me the ending of the game and explain it to me.
Wow. I knew I took NyQuil last night, went to bed. I was zonked out.
She's a crazy Eagles fan. And today, in fact, we're going to that John store in Philly or Westchester, wherever it is, with her.
That sounds great. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a minute with Dr. Deborah Brown. All right, guys, we're back with relationship games with Dr. Deborah Brown.
I love how excited she is about this.
Yeah.
It sounds like one of them guys in a ring, like, what do they call them? MMA?
Sunday.
That's it. You guys could be the two ring girls, and I'll be the
I
the
love
spokesperson. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, what's on the agenda, Dr. Deborah Brown?
Well, today we're going to talk about the games that people play in relationships. And we're talking about it because I want you to recognize them when other people play them, but I want you to check in and make sure you're not playing them either.
I'm really
Okay.
good at games.
Oh, you're good at which part? Are you talking about
Picking up
playing
on
them?
them.
Oh, picking up on
I
them.
could do both, but I stay not toxic, so.
Wow.
Oh, good. Very important. So that's what we're going to talk about. What's toxic and what's something you probably should be not doing.
I'm not toxic, but I can't wait to hear. I at first I didn't understand what you meant by relationship games. I thought we were going to talk about like shit in the bedroom and all, but now I
Oh,
understand.
no. This is emotional relationship
Oh,
games. So
okay.
it's a whole different thing. We'll get
Just
to that
kidding.
on the next episode.
That
And I
sounds
can
good,
pick
yeah,
up
it's
on
fine.
these so well, or if my friends are in relationships, I'm like, oh, what do you
I
mean?
can hear your ice rattling in the thing. Stop doing that. People don't want to fucking hear that. Marlena, stop.
You taught her good self-esteem but
I
terrible
was
manners.
thirsty.
Marlena, stop. It's like over the. I swear to God. Big chop.
I was thirsty, and I'm showing my Eagles cup.
Okay.
Wow, you guys are so attractive. Jesus.
So let's talk about relationship games. And the first one is testing. Now, this is fun, and a lot of people realize that they do it, and they do it anyway, but it's not really fun. The result
Okay.
isn't fun. Testing is where you wait for the person to do a thing, and when they don't do it, they fail the test.
Like, what do you mean?
So, for example, is if you get your feelings hurt about something,
Okay.
and you go in your room, and you stay there, and you go,
Yeah.
he should come in here and talk to me, make it all better. And you sit in there and you pout, and 2 hours go by and he's like outside. So you tested him and he failed, but he didn't know you were testing him. Or where you say, oh, if they don't text me by 12 o'clock, they don't love me.
Maybe I am toxic. I'm like a brat. Okay?
So you're doing that.
I do that sometimes.
So what you're doing is you're setting a person up for a test they don't even know they're taking. And then when they fail, you put all kinds of meaning onto it.
Okay.
He doesn't love me, or he would come in here and comfort me right now.
Or he
Well,
would
no,
come in
maybe
and
he
fuck
doesn't
me,
know.
have makeup sex.
Well, there's that, right?
Okay.
But
I feel
how does he
attacked.
know, right? So if you're testing somebody and pushing your limit, what you're doing is you're trying to confirm your own fear.
Okay.
You have a fear that they don't love you or care about you, and then when they do one thing wrong, you're like, well, they failed.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just bratty, so that might be why.
It could be part of it.
You raised me.
You're a
Don't
bitch.
own me.
Huh?
You raised me.
Yeah, but you're a bitch. Yeah, you're your own person. You are a grown-ass adult. You know what's right from wrong.
We are very emotionally influenced by how our parents raise us, though.
Oh, God.
But anyway, number 2,
Yeah.
nagging. Now, you wouldn't think this is a game, but it's a manipulation. So think about nagging. Nagging is when you tell somebody something over and over, and you say it over and over again. And first of all, why are we repeating ourselves,
Oh, I hate that.
right? Why do you think people repeat themselves?
Because they don't listen.
because somebody's not hearing them. So what happens is if you're nagging and you're going, pick up the socks off the floor every day, pick up the socks off the floor, you have a really big problem because the first time you did it, that person should have internalized that and listened.
Okay.
But if they're not listening to you and then you keep saying it over and
They
over
don't
again.
love you.
No,
I'm going in my room right now.
you're testing them.
Okay.
Stop testing. Don't do that. But nagging comes from you're not fixing a problem.
Okay.
So instead, you just engage in this really annoying behavior where you just bug them to death. And then what do? They shut you off.
I see women that are like that with men or vice versa.
And what do the men do? They shut it off.
They do.
Okay.
They're like, oh, they don't even hear it. Oh, here
They
she
always
goes
look
again.
so spaced out and just like,
I knew this person. I used to go to her house and just help her out. She had like issues anyway, but her husband used to milk cows. And when he got home, he would sit in a chair and she would have a full blown conversation with him. And he was staring at the TV like this.
Now, what do you perceive as the
And
problem?
would never even talk. He didn't want to be married to her. They're divorced now.
Oh, well, that could be part of it.
Yeah.
Sure.
But like she like would just go on and on just about like just everything. And he literally, I'm just like, is he with us still? I mean, it was different. So is that sort of the same thing you're
It's
talking
the
about?
power of not listening and what not listening to do to a
Wow.
relationship because he didn't listen to her.
he was emotionally unavailable.
He was emotionally unavailable, so she kept talking,
Yeah.
but he didn't hear it. So if you're not heard in a relationship, your relationship is not going well.
Wow.
You need to work on it. Good example.
I talk a lot, so I need to be heard.
Number 3, tracking and looking at phones. People do not like when I say this, but I'm giving you opinions based on the healthy couples I've seen and the unhealthy couples I've seen over the years. And I personally believe that we should not be looking at each other's phones. Your phone is a diary. Your phone has all of your personal private information in it, and it's a diary. You wouldn't take out your journal or your diary and hand it to somebody and say, hey, why
Right.
don't you read this? So a lot of people take that as a defensive, like, oh, what are you
Right.
hiding?
Right.
Right?
That's great
But
you
that's
say
the
that.
game.
I just did this a couple weeks ago with my husband. He said, can I see your phone? And I said, no. And he got mad at me. I wound up giving him my phone. I'm like, there is absolutely nothing on this phone except for lots of shopping sites that I look at. And then we just talked about this last night at dinner. I told him that. I said, it's kind of like my purse. I said, I feel like I don't even like my kids going through my purse.
Right.
That's like my personal, I don't know, like my only like personal space I feel like I have. And so is my phone. It's my personal, and it's not nothing that I'm hiding anything. I just don't want people looking at my
Well,
personal
privacy
space. I don't
doesn't
have a
mean
lot
you're
of privacy.
hiding
Right,
something.
exactly. And I don't have a lot of privacy.
I think going through a man's phone is like my worst fear. I would never, the girls are like, he's in the shower, I'm going to look through his phone. That's like, I have the least interest.
Because you're going to
Yeah,
find
that's an ick.
something that you don't
Exactly.
like, and
Right.
it might not. It
It's
might
like
be your own interpretation
asking
of it.
questions that you don't want
Exactly.
the answers to.
Exactly.
It's-
Right.
You don't want
And we're
to.
humans. We all have,
Yeah.
we all looked at something on
Yeah.
the internet that we didn't think, that we got embarrassed about afterwards, or we kept a picture of something because we
Right.
wanted to look at it. And we're allowed to make meaning for that without it being in violation
And they
of
also
the
might have
relationship.
never deleted texts. And then it's old
Sure.
stuff, and then you see it
Yeah.
and you perceive it as new.
And I
I'm
don't
just
even
not into that.
right, and I don't even care if my husband looks at titties and cooters and all that. That's his thing. If he wants to, that's his thing because I'm his number one.
Right.
So, but like I said, like there's nothing like to hide. So that's his. Because I'm not gonna lie, like even on Instagram and Facebook, I look at guys. Like I like looking at workout guys and bodybuilding guys. It's
I've
not.
seen those Hawaiian
I just like
flamethrower guys
they're,
you have.
they're awesome.
Yeah,
they're South
yeah.
Pacific Island
I
dancers. I love them.
I watched those a couple times.
I mean, like they work out hard. Like I look at women too, like how hard they work out, and I use that when I go to the gym and stuff. So I'm just like, we're human. I'm going to want to look at other people. That's just life. So
And
it doesn't mean I'm bad.
mean
Right.
anything about
exactly.
him. But you
exactly.
can turn this into a game very fast.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can,
for sure.
You can discover. The other day, I pulled up my phone and I'm like, oh, I have this old file with all the guys I dated, their old pictures. I didn't know it was there. I haven't
Right.
looked at it, and I guess
Right.
I should get rid of that. But if my husband were to look at that,
Yeah,
he
he
would
would
make all kinds of meaning about like,
Yes,
what are
and
you holding on
scenarios.
to?
Yeah.
And there's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. I just
Right.
haven't taken it off. So think about the idea of the phone as private. The
fully
only
agree.
exception to this rule is if there has been an infidelity.
Okay.
Sometimes for a period, it can be reassuring to have an open phone kind of situation just for a little while to build your confidence
Right.
back up.
I
But
fully
that's
agree. I
the
think
only
that's good.
time. Otherwise, it's a game because you're
Right.
looking to find something that you think is there.
And I agree that
And
you
you'll find
will,
it.
right? And then you will interpret it. Yeah.
I even hate being on my friends' phones when they're like, "Can you take a picture?" And
Oh,
if
I
a text
know.
pop up, I feel so like intrusive. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Because it's a diary, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So the other half of that is tracking locations. Now, I know we've talked about this one.
That's
tracking
weird.
locations.
That's so
I don't
weird.
think it's a bad thing if you have kids or a partner that
Right.
you just want to kind of have it. But if you're looking at it a lot and you're going, well, they should have been here by now and they should have,
Yeah.
then you're kind of playing this game in your own brain about
Right.
maybe they're somewhere they shouldn't be. And look, if you're in a relationship where you're worried they're going to be somewhere they shouldn't be, that's a whole conversation.
Yeah.
That's a whole conversation.
I
need to
agree,
have.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
So-
she has all her friends on, and they all do it to her too. They're all like, "Oh, I see today you're at Starbucks or you're at Hens and Honey or I
Michael
see you're at the
texted me,
mall."
like, what are you getting at Chick-fil-A?
Doesn't
doesn't
What do you care where
doesn't the
they're at?
privacy of that bother or lack of
It
privacy
bothers
bother
me.
you? Maybe that's generational. Maybe old
Yeah,
people
yeah.
care more about
I don't
privacy.
wanna
I'm
know
like,
where
well,
they're-
if
where
I
I'm
get
at.
murdered, they can find me.
Nobody's gonna look for you. We'll leave you there for days. It'll be like relaxing. It'll be not hearing your
When
voice.
I was on a date and you and Lindsay both were like FBI stalking me.
But that's different.
Yeah,
if
'cause
you're
you're my
on a
baby.
date,
Exactly.
right?
See?
If you're on a date and you're going out on a date with somebody for the first, absolutely
Might
give
as well
somebody.
just have it.
But I'm talking about the idea of using a location
Oh,
to
yeah,
play
yeah,
a
yeah.
game, like calling and saying, "I thought you were going here. Why?"
Oh, yeah.
That's a game. That's a manipulation.
Definitely.
So you can have it. Just
For
use it
sure.
for the right purposes.
Yeah.
So number 5, avoidance of hard subjects. Every relationship I've ever been in, everyone I've ever seen, there's always like a hard subject in that relationship, one thing that's uncomfortable to talk about. And people don't talk about it, and then it ends up being this massive resentment. So if somebody has, we were talking before about people having same opposite gender friends, right? And if somebody is going out with somebody who used to be an ex or something like that, and it bothers you. Let's say
Yeah.
that your partner is going out with an ex for coffee.
That
and
would
it
bother
really
me.
bothers you.
If it was an
yeah.
ex,
Right?
definitely.
I'd
Right?
be like, no, why?
Or if you're
Unless
if
you have
you're,
a kid together and it has to do with something with them, that's
Right.
the only time I can see.
But everybody has different rules about that. But that's why I'm saying you have to talk about the hard subject because you
Yeah.
don't know what people's rules are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know I have a friend who is a guy and he's been a friend for a long time. And immediately when I got with my husband, I said, there's this guy and we're friends and you have nothing to worry about. And
Right.
it was such a hard subject because I was afraid he would
Yeah.
react. And he was like, no, that's cool. That's fine.
Yep.
But how he reacted was nothing like what I expected.
You just have to be open about
That
it.
I'm
Right.
open. I'm open. I have more guy friends than I do girlfriends, just because I'm a little rough around the edges. I was just brought up a lot different. I just feel like guys are a lot less drama than women. Sorry, ladies.
Guys are a little easier to navigate.
Definitely, definitely. I think so too. And my husband's fine with it, so I'm very open.
But that's not a hard
It's-
subject for
right,
you.
exactly.
But if you have a hard subject in your relationship, which is something that you think about too
Right.
much or something you wish you could say, then
Like
you have
bondage.
to tackle it. Right. Like you want to do the S&M.
just a little bit.
Right. But if you don't say anything and you
I
don't
just
speak
have a
up,
little
just don't
interest.
listen to this part.
Just don't
But-
listen. Just a
but
little interest.
It's just a little, we'll see. But we'll see her in here in like leather boots.
No, because if I talk about my stuff, she would like freak out. She'd pass
Because
out.
you're my BB.
Oh, that's cute. But
Yeah, and a second ago she's like saying, "I don't care if I raised you.
You're a whole
grown
adult."
Yeah, and see how it switches around.
Just shut up.
But anyway, if you just keep that inside and you don't keep sharing that,
Yeah.
that's a hard subject because if
Oh
somebody
no, I've been bringing it up lately.
okay,
so yeah.
you're
There's a fly on your head.
that fly. Okay, so don't avoid the hard subjects.
Yeah.
Talk about
Yes.
them because what happens is everything that you think is hard probably isn't.
Right.
So, number 6. This is the last one. Is she doing that on purpose now? The fly's back. Number 6. Number 6 is bad behavior.
Right now, she's doing bad behavior right now. She's acting like she's 10. I don't think they appreciate that. Oh,
Okay.
I think there can be a good bad behavior.
I need a fly swat. I want to beat the shit out of you.
I would be like, well, I was flirting with a guy today, just to make him mad.
But that's
To be
a
bad.
manipulation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're testing him because you want to see his reaction.
exactly.
Is there a right answer?
I was a bad girl.
But what do you want him? What are you testing him? What is the answer he's supposed to give you?
I can't say it on here.
Okay. Oh, I
So
think I know where that's
disgusted right
going.
now.
It has to do with sex.
That's
So that's a
nasty.
different kind of bad behavior.
was
This
so
bad behavior I'm talking about is the stuff that you do when you get mad.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there are, when I do couples therapy, the first thing I do is I set ground rules for outside of the session. And the ground rules are you may never raise your voice at your partner unless they're standing in the road and you have to save their life. It'd be like car. But other than that, you should never be raising your
Okay.
voice. There is no reason to raise your voice ever.
I don't ever.
No.
I never yell. My husband and
But
I, we
that's your
never
temperament.
fight. Yeah, we're just blah.
But you aren't typical.
Yeah,
I can tell
okay.
you from couples therapy, that's not
Okay.
typical.
She yells at
But
me.
You're a kid. That's
because you're
different.
annoying.
I said you were a kid, but she had a different reason. But so you should never be yelling, right? Another one, you should not be swearing and cursing at your partner. You should not be name calling.
Nope.
And you guys are like, no, absolutely, we would never do this.
No.
But you would be shocked. I'll be in a couple session with somebody and they'll turn around and go, and that's why you're a bitch.
Yeah. I tease
I have
her.
friends,
a
or
line
I've
you
had
don't
friends'
cross.
parents like
Yes.
fully argue at a dinner table in front of me, calling each other things, and I'm like,
And she came home, she goes, Mom, you're never going to believe, because my kids aren't used to that.
Right,
We
right.
literally,
I've never.
and I used to be really heavy. As heavy as I was, my husband never said
Mm-hmm.
it. He loved me whether I was 300 pounds or whether I'm 150.
But
I'm
that's
working
not
on that.
even like a basic,
Yeah.
that's a basic right? Is that
Yeah.
you don't abuse people that
Yep,
you love.
exactly.
And you would think it seems so obvious because we're saying it when the
Right.
three of us know we wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you that sometimes we get in relationships with people where that's more normal for them.
Wow.
And you have to set that rule for yourself is I don't want you to curse at me. I don't want you to ever yell at me and call me names.
But don't you kind of feel like sometimes people almost
They instigate.
instigating, because it's almost like I don't know if this is the right word, but almost like it brings them pleasure. They always like to have
manipulators.
drama because they enjoy tantalizing. It's almost like
They're agitators. I don't like
yeah,
that.
but that makes them
it
the
makes-
good guy. Because
but-
if I push you to the point where you call me a bad name, then you're the problem, not me.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter that I pushed you there. But either side of this is important because you have to be the person that says, no matter what they do, they're not getting that out of me.
They try to
Okay.
turn themselves into the victim by
Yes.
aggravating, and I don't like that.
Yeah, so
I
bad
see a
behavior.
lot of women do that to guys.
Well, because I think what it is that it's that testing we talked about is if I can elicit an emotional response. You said people that like drama. That's not really what it is. What it really is drama is actually trying to get a rise out of someone because that rise feeds your emotional
that's why I
need.
said I think
that's what
yeah
drama.
that's I think what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, I definitely feel that.
Ask her. I have zero temper. There's like a Shimp temper, a Robinson temper. I got neither.
But you know what that's from is that you were raised in an environment where that wouldn't have been tolerated.
Right.
So if you were raised in a household where people yelled and got angry all the time, that would be magnified in you.
Okay.
So when you get in a relationship, that's when you find out who you really are.
Okay.
Because how you behave and all these things we're talking about, these games, are actually just sort of behaviors you have to learn to do differently to have a healthy relationship.
Right,
So that's
right.
why we're talking about it.
How about, I have like another game one. How about the withholding sex?
That's a big one because using sex as a tool for emotional manipulation, right? And I know women talk about it all the time. Sex is currency. I can get what I want. And we talked about that in another episode. But withholding sex is a very intense topic because if you're withholding it as a game, then that's obviously wrong. You're doing it unhealthy. If you're withholding it because you're not connected enough, then that's something telling you
Right.
something, right?
Exactly.
If there's no sex in a relationship, it's telling us something.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out what that is. So that's kind of what I want to leave all of this with is that if you think it, you need to say it.
Okay.
Right? And that goes for about 95% of what we talk about. Because look, the 5% you need to keep inside your head. Nobody
Right.
needs to hear. But when you are in the middle of a situation and you see something that agitates you about your partner and then you don't say it and you swallow
hold
it,
yeah.
that becomes a resentment.
Okay.
So my rule is the thing that you don't say is the thing you need to work on and
Okay.
improve in yourself.
Right.
Because your ability to say it is half the battle. How that person deals with it is
Right.
something you'll navigate later. But the games are a way to try to get your needs met, but they don't really get them met.
Yeah.
I got you.
They just break your relationship.
This was a fun episode.
This was
That was,
fun.
I have a good thought of the day. What are yours?
Nobody cares about your thought.
Oh, go first.
All right, I'll go first.
Oh, she'll go first.
Wait, who's gonna go first?
You go first.
No, you go first. No, you go first because I went first last time.
Oh, okay.
My thought of the day. Just kidding. All right, go ahead.
Where's that fly swatter? No, I forgot mine. So the relationship that you have, the partner that you have, is the single biggest decision that you can make in your life that will affect you the most.
100%.
100%. The person you choose to share your life with is the biggest decision you can make.
You have
That's
to raise
right.
kids with them too eventually. And
You have to do a lot of things.
instill values and,
Not
you know.
kids.
All
You
of
can
it.
have
So
pets,
if that's the most important thing that
Yeah.
decision you make, why are we not acting Why are we not acting right in that decision? Right? Why are we not feeding that decision?
Or settling.
Well, why we have to analyze, did we make the right decision in the first place?
Right.
But usually it's not the wrong person. It's just the wrong amount of work that we're putting into it. Sometimes
I agree.
it's the wrong
I
person.
agree. Yeah.
But
All right, you go ahead, Toots.
Okay, thank you. One of the most courageous decisions you'll ever make is to finally let go of what is hurting your heart and your soul.
oh, I love that. That's about resentment. That all the games cause resentment. You don't want resentment in your life. Just be you.
That's right.
With your girlfriend.
All right, my thought of the day is, it's very deep, guys. Get ready. I promise to always be by your side or under you or on top of you.
This hoe.
Your husband's a lucky guy.
Is he?
Maybe.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Boss Babe Brews. Be sure to subscribe to us on all your favorite platforms that you listen to your podcasts on, including YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Dr. Deborah Brown also has a podcast as well. It is
My Session. I forgot. It's My Session with Dr. Deborah Brown, available in all the same places.
Thank you, guys.
This has been Boss Babe Brews, hosted by Valerie and Marlena Robinson, recorded at Hens Honey Shoppe in Swedesboro, New Jersey, and produced by Breakdown Media. Follow Hens Honey on Instagram and TikTok for more, and make sure you subscribe to get new episodes every Friday.